Okay, Jenna, J Brams Fit. Hi, Jordan Mike. I love the podcast. I'm always excited when I wake up on Tuesdays and realize there's a new episode. Thank you, Jenna. I have a question that I'd love to hear you answer. What are some things that you do to continue to challenge slash engage online coaching clients that are already extremely consistent? They nail the nutrition, workouts, try the targets I set for them, and just keep pushing. So I'm wondering if you have any other strategies to spice it up for them. Thanks.
I like the question a lot because it comes from the place of wanting to offer the best possible service for your clients. And so any coach whose mindset is there is doing a really good job. Early on in my career, I put more pressure on myself to keep things as new and exciting and interesting as possible for all of my clients. When in reality, at a certain point, fitness does become a little bit more routine and a little bit more mundane. And making kind of similar healthy food choices day over day, eating a lot of the same foods, doing a lot of the same movement patterns. You're pressing, you're rowing, you're hinging, you're squatting, you're training your core. Like, there are only so many exercises. It's going to get a little bit repetitive for clients who are, and correct me if I misheard any of the question, by the way, but for clients who are very consistent and doing a really good job, unless they've expressed like, I'm getting bored of this, or I'm not liking this, or something doesn't feel good, or I feel like we need to change things. And you can even open that dialogue. You don't necessarily need to wait for them to bring that up. But unless those types of conversations are happening, I'm not trying to change things just for the sake of changing things. I'm not trying to bring in, different styles of training or like weird, crazy TikTok exercises just to give quote unquote variety or spice or excitement. Denzel Washington said in Remember the Titans, we run 6 plays, works like Novocaine, just give it time, it works. There's a place for variety, but a lot more of the basics is what got that client in a place where they're really consistent, making great progress, and is going to help them continue to do exactly what they've been doing.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that it's funny. I very much relate to earlier in my career being like, okay, got to keep this spicy, got to keep them up, like got to keep them excited about it. It's like if they're already crushing it, things are going really well. I do think there's a time and a place to, like you said, open a dialogue in which maybe once a quarter, once every 3 or 4 months or so, you can say like, hey, I wouldn't do this every week and I wouldn't do it every month. It's a little bit too much and you can like lose it if it's too frequent. But maybe once every 3 or 4 months, to the effect of, hey, how are you feeling with my coaching? Is there anything you think that I can improve on? Do you have any new or specific goals that you would like to focus on in your next phase of training? These types of questions, number one, will, if you're the type of coach, especially early on where you need to know that you're doing a good job, if your client is happy with you, then like, I think you're doing great. Like, keep doing what you're doing. If they're not happy, then they'll be like, hey, I'd like it if you communicated more. Maybe they'll say something like, I'd like a little bit more variety in my training, in which case, okay, well, then you could have that conversation around specifics. Okay, well, what specifically, maybe they're like, I'd like some new exercises, but they only have dumbbells. It's like, okay, this is really fucking hard. If you'd like some new exercises, maybe either get a gym membership for a couple days of the week or invest in some new equipment. But how many different dumbbell fucking row variations are you going to do if you only have a pair of dumbbells, right? So then you can have that conversation so they can have a realistic perspective. Odds are most people aren't getting bored of it, though. You're just writing more programs than they are doing a program. So you're the one who thinks that they're bored, when in reality, they're not at all. It's just you've written 15 programs that week, and how many dumbbell row variations did you write versus how many are they actually doing? So opening that dialogue, allowing them to express their goals. And if they say, hey, listen, I remember vividly, I had one client who I had this conversation with, this must have been 2014, 2015. And she's like, I really want to start doing handstands. And so just in a couple of her warm-ups before the training session started, I had her practicing some handstand work. And that was it. And that was like, and she was crushing it. She loves it. Like she was already being super consistent. She was like, I really want to get better at handstands. Cool. So we had some handstand work and amazing. Kept working together for years. She loved it. It was super helpful. And it was also fun for me because I got to dive into handstand training and learning about that and programming for her on that front. So I think opening the dialogue once a quarter, once every trimester or so that you can get some feedback is the best way to go about it, and you can get real time feedback on what they're enjoying, what they're not enjoying, and how you can improve.
Jordan dropping trimester on the podcast. I like it. 3 times a year.
As I said it, I was like, is that right?
Yeah. Feels right.